We just showed a live shot of the House floor. How important is the House vote on the big, beautiful bill for markets?
These headlines keep coming. Politics is an absolute roller coaster right now. We would say to investors, be prepared to put those aside and really look for companies that are trading below their fair value, because that's where you can get some great returns.
And of course, as a portfolio manager, Ben, it's your job to pick what those companies are. So take us through where you are seeing some of that opportunity.
Well, some of that we see in the US. But actually, if you look, investors have channeled so much of their attention and so much of their money into that small group of stocks within mega cap US tech that actually that herding into those assets has left a lot of other opportunities really quite undervalued. So we're finding opportunities in the US, but also outside the US, places like Brazil, Korea, even here in the UK.
And what kinds of companies are you referring to with regard to those opportunities, even in those geographies? Do they tend to be technology? Are they more industrial or financial in nature? Healthcare, perhaps, a beaten up sector?
All of the above. Something like if you want to talk about tech and AI, you can either go and spend a lot of money and pay 37 times earnings for NVIDIA, or you can look at the Korean stock exchange. You can find some great tech companies there trading at very different types of valuation multiples, but with really good prospects. Companies like SK Hynix, one of the only companies worldwide that can make high bandwidth memory, trading at a fraction of what you see in those big US tech stocks.
Ben, if you refer to global investing, for not just everybody out there, especially for those in the U.S., but everybody, they're all paying attention to one big thing, and that's the U.S. position on tariffs. Everything's a bilateral agreement these days. How much as a portfolio manager do you have to stay abreast of country-by-country exposure vis-a-vis the U.S., and what kind of trade policies are in place or will be in place?
You've got to be aware of what's going on, but equally, you can't be too obsessed by it. I think there are opportunities, whether it's something like Nintendo in Japan, companies that are doing great things, business model transition underway, they've got a great portfolio of assets, and no matter what happens with tariffs, there are companies that are doing interesting things come what may, and I think that's where we'd rather have our investors put their money.